Hey, what's up YouTube? Guys, for the last few years I have totally lost my marbles, but recently when I did a trip back to Kansas, I found them. So I'm going to show you guys my marble collection today. I've been collecting these, since I was a little kid, probably around 10, 11. And I've got some really cool ones that date all the way back to the 1800s. So let's go check them out. All right, guys, so this is my marble collection. First, I wanted to talk about the jar that I have them in. If you guys have seen my metal detecting video where I go back to Kansas and the giant Brahma bull kept following me around while I was metal detecting. Let's get hunting. Let's see what we can find. What are you doing? I don't want a horn in my side. Stay back. When I was a kid, we used to dig for bottles all in this trash dump. There used to be an old home site here that got knocked over in the 1930s by a tornado. There's an old well here. Trying to get you some better snake footage here. I'm sure you can see them now. That one on the wall. And the one directly down below me has got to be about 6 foot. He's kind of hovering in midair. There's one over there. There's a little one that looks like a copperhead right there. They're all over. It's crazy. That is the most snakes I've ever seen in one spot. Hey, you, I see you. Get away from my metal detecting. There was that old house that blew down in the 30s. It got hit by a tornado. It was totally demolished. This is actually one of the jars that I found there. This is, we used to call it the clown jar. I now know what the actual jar is. It's an actual grape-ette drink bottle. And these were made, I guess, back in the 30s. And they were made to be a bank after you drank the liquid, the contents. As you can see, that I even have the lid for it. I found a lid for it. So I found this when I was about 13 years old. This is probably the very first antique that I ever collected. And I personally found this myself and cleaned it out and got it nice and clean. And I even found a few of the marbles that are inside here at that location as well. And when we're talking about marbles, guys, we're talking about a hobby that is really popular. A lot of people collect marbles. There are some very, very expensive marbles, guys, and I actually have a few in here. So there's the cap. I think that's really cool. Now, these came in 3 different types of jars. There was an elephant one, I believe there was a bear, and the clown. And the only one I've ever found is the clown. I found parts of the elephant, but I've never recovered a full one. Now, like I said, there are some really, really old marbles in here. I have some from the 1800s. I found a few at a log cabin in Kansas, and I'm gonna have to put this on a tripod to get these out. So hold on one second. We're back. All right, this should be a little bit easier to get this out now, and you should be able to see them a lot better. So, like I said, guys, there's actually a little key that I found. I don't remember where I got this key, but it's most likely I don't know, like a little treasure box key, or maybe a clock key. I don't know. I don't know what that's to, but it's a really cool key. I really like it, so I saved it in there. A lot of these, like I said, I've found, actually every one of these I found personally, and I have a couple that are really, really old. These are really hard to get out of here too for some reason. There we go. Like I said, I found some at a old log cabin. I found them in creeks and just little old parts of town, like where I've dug, and just everywhere, guys. I actually have found a lot of these in couches, old couches. If you dig down deep into the cushions, you'll find marbles in there once in a while. That one went all the way to the camera. So I'm going to show you this one right here. This is one of my favorite ones. These are very, very expensive. If you can find big ones like this. This one's actually a shooter. It's got this stripes on the outside as well as the inside. These are very rare to find, guys. These are super hard to find, and these can be worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars when you get the big ones. This one, probably, I would say this one probably like 30 bucks or something like that. I don't know. Might be worth more now. I'm not sure. But some of these are really, really old. Like this one here is a Binnington. This would be from the 1800s. These are actually made out of clay, and they're glazed. And these are very, very rare. Certain colors are more rare. I believe the blue is the hardest one to get, the cobalt blue. So those are the ones that you really want to get. Here's another really cool one and a really old one. It's just got a lot of color to it. And I couldn't tell you all the exact names of each marble. A lot of these have certain names. Like these here, these are machine made. These, the cat's eyes, these are all machine made marbles. They're fairly modern. They go back, I believe, 50s, 40s, I think, 40s, 50s, 60s. And then these, a lot of people probably remember these. These are actually milk glass marbles, a little bit older. And the ones, there's certain ones that are worth a lot more, guys. Like it just depends on when they were made and the colors. Look at this one. Look at that one. I love the colors on that. That is so crazy to me. Let's see. Let's find a real good one in here. Here's another really cool one that I like. I love that color on that. These are older marbles right there. So anytime you see those marbles, guys, if you guys have a marble or something cool like this that you don't even care about and you'd like to send it to me, that'd be so awesome. Here's another clay marble. I believe this one's clay. It might be stone. This is another one from the 1800s. This one is one of my favorite ones. The color, this is probably a more rare marble. That color is like that cobalt blue is really, really hard to find, guys. I've got just tons and tons of marbles in here. Here's another one here's a couple from the 1800s right here. There's two more of the clay ones that have the glaze. These were really hard to find, and you'll know them. The Binnington, they're called Binningtons. You'll see that little splotch right there. That's where it sat while it was actually being glazed or sat in the kiln or whatever to harden. That's where it sat. So that's how you'll pretty much notice the Binningtons. They have that glazed look, and they usually have that little spot on them. Let's see what else we got in here. Got a couple of awesome ones in here. There's another. Now this is a more rare one right here. The color, because of the color, and it is a Binnington. There's the little spot on it from the 1800s. This is the one I actually found at the log cabin. That log cabin was taken to a museum, so I thought that was pretty interesting that the house was picked up and taken to a museum. I have metal detected the spot. I've found a few small relics around there, but this was one of the coolest ones I found. I'd like to go back there. There was a couple of things I never took that I wished I had. Here's a large shooter Binnington right here. See, and there is the big spot. This one's got a big spot where the glaze didn't get onto, I guess. But that's actually normal. That's like a normal Binnington. So these are very expensive marbles right there. Got a couple. Oh, there's another Binnington. There's a big shooter. That's a more modern one. It's made of the milk glass. Got a couple of those. There's another one right there. I still like these. There's something about marbles. It kind of takes you back to when you were a kid. So anyways, guys, I'm going to dump them all out here, and we're going to just kind of go over them real quick. Put them all in a pile, just so you can kind of see my collection. And like I said, guys, if you have a marble or you have some older marbles you don't really like, I love these, guys. Look at this one. This is a really cool one. Look at the colors in that, like, so cool. This is a much older marble. I found this one down at a river, probably where kids probably used to go to play in the sand, the dirt, to shoot marbles. This is a shooter, and it's probably a pretty expensive one. But it's definitely been played with. They're more valuable if they haven't been played with and they don't have any chips and little spots on them from where they've been used. But these are all average condition marbles. They're pretty awesome though. This is my favorite probably out of all of them. That thing is so cool. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you a little preview of my little marble collection. There you go. And hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me a like, subscribe, share, post your comments down below. We'll see you next time, and as always, happy hunting.